And here we go. Welcome to Brown Bear Workouts, first ever workout video. We're going to do try to do a quick 30-minute resistance band workout for pretty much the upper body, shoulders, back, chest, arms, and the like, a little bit of core as well. The tools that I'll be using are sort of these kind of resistance bands things. They're about, usually between 4 and 6 feet. They come in various different resistant lengths. Like these ones are these are kind of the beginner ones, a couple of pounds apiece. I'll be using these ones, which are a little more advanced, and in the realm of like 12 to 20 pounds each, depending on how far you stretch it. All right. So we are first going to warm up a little bit with, and you can also see I got a nice little side camera as well here. We're definitely trying out some new things, but first, grab it pretty well and pull down behind the head. And I usually do 12, but do as many as you feel comfortable, and with whatever weight you feel comfortable, and at face that you feel comfortable. But this will, give you a pretty good idea. So now, as you see, we're holding it out like this, and then pulling out. Getting the arms extended out, feeling a good stretch in the back. And like I said, aiming for 12. I've already lost count, but that's okay. And then going to add a little more weight to it. A little more resistance. Take a quick break. Always hydrate. And we'll repeat those two. I like to do those two kind of one after the other. They're a good natural fit together as the first two exercises. And like I said, it'll work out your shoulders, your back, and your chest. Fine. I usually try to get down to about where my shoulder blades are. And, And once again, I try to aim for kind of the nipples for height. And I let it, just tap my chest. So, and for one more of these, for most of these exercises, I'm going to try to do 3 sets of 12 reps like I've been doing. I might increase the weight, I might not, depending on the exercise itself. As I said, do whatever, don't let your body dictate as to whether you've had enough or not, and work on increasing it over time. But don't hurt yourself. And if you do have a physical, if you do have a problem, just make sure you consult a physician, all that good stuff before you do any exercising. Good there. All right. Last set. And if you do use the resistance bands, give them a good stretch. You know, get a good feel for how far you can stretch it. These things go remarkably, and it feels pretty secure. Like, I don't feel like it's going to snap anytime soon. And go. All right, so for our next exercise, we're going to move to the chest a little bit. I think I'll start with this weight, but what we're going to aim to do is put it basically kind of, once again, right across the shoulder blades. I'm going to grab, you know, as tight as I can and push out. Push out, and I try to keep the bands on top of my arms just for stability. You can put them below or whatever's most comfortable. I also try to grab a little bit closer to the body so I get some good stretch in there, but get a feel for the resistance and go with what's comfortable for you. And then to mix it up again, with a similar chest exercise, we're going to keep it right here. We're going to extend our arms out. And we're just going to do a fly right in there. I'm going to increase my weight a little bit by grabbing a little closer to my body. You stretch it out. I have these kind of behind my elbows. And then I just keep my arms straight out. Pull together, just like this. Try to keep your back relatively straight, upright. You know, don't be afraid to play with the grip too. You can grip it like, you know, this, or however you feel comfortable doing that. Okay, good there. So, get it back up here to the shoulder blades, across the back. You can just show that way. Kind of like that. I grip pretty tight, and then you should start feeling a good pull resistance about halfway or a little bit earlier, and then it increases as you stretch out the band. Okay. Yeah, switch up to underhanded grip. And I set kind of the tension now. Pull out. And like I said, keeping the back as straight as possible, head up, chest out, and pull together, and just feel that squeeze. I'm also attempting to keep my midsection kind of tight and engaged. So I'm trying to keep this, you know, not trying to kind of keep it not really flexed hard, but like I'm ready to kind of take a punch at any moment, but not like, you know, like you gotta, but, you know, like you're flexing your abs, but you're engaging them. You're making sure that they're active. All right. So we're gripping pretty tight close here. This is the nice thing I like about resistance bands is you can change the tension on the fly just by gripping it a little bit closer together and getting a little bit more stretch out of it. Oh. Or you can always add more resistance by adding another band.
Ready to break the scales.
Two.
Fire. Bring it back real quick. Back with the fury, power in the air. I found yourself in a dungeon lair. Ain't no way to be prepared, so shake that scary dairy air. Going hard on the mushroom tip. Going large on the turtle
Okay.
grip. Spin around and your shell get flipped.
Ooh, definitely feeling a lot of that in the shoulders, and like everything is kind of engaging, which is real nice. For the next one, I'm going to do something to kind of help the shoulder rotator cuffs a little bit. So for this one, you need a real close thing, but I'm going to wrap up one of these arms here and hold on to that basically about, hip weight, the waist high. And then I'm grabbing it like this, and then just going a little much. And then you don't need a lot of weight on this. And I'll show it this way too. Try it this way again. So keeping this relatively straight, and then flinging this arm out. There we go.
Ain't gonna be denied. Swing your arms from side to side. One leg up, fist to the north. Blow up like a rocket at the fourth. Next up, ain't no hassle. Like a shorty in another damn castle. But since we're here right now, I can show you how.
So once again, arm kind of down here. And arm going a little bit forward and just kind of sweeping it back. I'll do this one more time at least. This one a little bit more rehabby for me, although it does build up the rotator cuff, which is definitely a good thing to protect. So hand down here, and now, one of my favorite recent ones that I've learned, and I'm going to add a little more weight to it, is the bow and arrow. So I'm putting two bands here together, wrapping up one of my hands pretty thoroughly, and I'm getting a real tight grip on this. And just double locking here. So I'm going to hold up my back hand right by my face. Actually, well, correction. I'm going to extend out my left hand as far as possible, keeping it good, strong, level, right with the face. And then we pull this back just behind my ear. And pulling with that back, with that chest, and the shoulders. And I'm not getting a lot of resistance there, so let's tighten it up. There we go. I'm trying to keep my front hand. And then we switch. And it should be relatively the same length. So I keep my right hand out front here, good and solid, not block my elbow or anything, but rigid. And then we pull back. Ooh, that one burns. That's a good burn. Need to do one quick check here. Right. Alright. We're going to pause this video for just a second. We'll be right back after the break. Alright. Brief break. We're back. Time to work on some arms. We just got done doing a few of these Archer poses, so just keep on. Like I said, just like that. So now, next one that we're going to do, I'm going to get some tricep action going here. So what I do is I usually grip it pretty tight and get those behind me. Put it basically right at the base of the skull, but don't like pull it forward or anything. Just have it as a good spot for resting. And then we push out. Try to keep the elbows where, up here where they are and not move, except to bend and move. And like I pull a little bit on the skull, but like I said, try not to actually pull on your head and your neck. We just want that there just as a reference point. And I mean, if you have hair, it's going to pull everything, so keep it back a little bit. Oh. I'm going to let that rest for just a second. We'll do a couple more of those. Alright, so we're back here, elbows up where they should be, and we pull. And we pull. And we pull. And get a little more resistance by narrowing the grip a little bit. Yeah. I'm definitely feeling a good burn right on this triceps there. All right, do one more here, and then we're going to move on to the biceps. And try not to, like I just did, try not to snap too hard. We want, feel each moment of that exercise and feel it. Don't just snap back. Very gently pull back and forward. And that will just intensify the burn. Oh. All right. So for this next one, I'm going to tilt the camera down a little bit here to illustrate what I'm doing, and then I'll tilt it back up. But what I'm going to do here is take the band here, fold it, place it on the ground here, and step on it right about here so that you have a good sturdy tug here, or sturdy there. This will also vary on how tall you are. But then I'm going to grab it like that and pull up. You can do this sitting down. I probably recommend doing it outside the leg if you're going to do it that way. But I prefer to do standing on this. Usually I only need one for this one because I will pull it pretty tight. Let's do a quick time check here. All right. That being said, when I'm doing it this way, I prefer either way works just fine. So, I'm try to stand up, real nice and straight, and pull all the way up. You can also do this just with a single strand and grab it. And then I try to, I'll show it with the other arm here in a second. I let it go, refold it. Good grip on there, good step on there. I'm standing up straight again. Chest, back, everything real good. And trying to, you can kind of see my arm in the second cam here. And I lose my grip on it, and you can kind of go try different angles for your curl. You can go a little bit more outside, more inside. You can almost do a hammer curl, straight on. However best you want to do this. And like I said, if you need a little bit more resistance, just clamp down, instead of stepping here, step up here, and you'll get a little bit more, or add another resistance band. And like I said, you can also do this the same way, with just holding one, gripping pretty low, and same kind of deal. If it's long enough and you're not, like I'm super tall, I'm 6 foot, you can also just step on it right in the middle. Stand up straight and then work them both at the same time. All up to you. I prefer the one where I'm trying to grip it like this. Tends to put a little bit more strain, and my hand wants to curl that way, which is why I like doing it with the loop. Speaking of which, let's do another loop. I usually try to go up to around my face there. And I'll end up curling it up a little bit with the shoulder, but you can kind of get a good feel for it. You get like I said, we're aiming for a good pump right in here. Once again, always try to keep the posture so it's pretty consistent. Let the rest of your body support it, so then so you can isolate these muscles. So, biceps, I showed you a couple of variations, but do a few rounds of those. Feel free to even mix it up a little bit. So,
I was roving out one evening as I came down to Port Law. I walked into a dimly pub and suddenly I saw the cheeks, they were so rosy and golden was her hair. She had to be an Irish girl because she looked so
okay.
bright and fair. She took
So the last exercise that I'm going to suggest should be a good kind of arm shoulder is you'll take the entire strain here, lay it down, and you're going to form a, you're going to cross across the body. So if I'm working my right hand here, I'm going to use my left foot to anchor this, however appropriate. And then I'm going to grab it here, arm down low, and just swing it out. And I'm going to get a little bit more tension there. Swing it up. We're looking for kind of that tension all along right in here. And I usually have my thumb up, but you can also do it, palm down. However, like rotate it around, play with it a little bit. Flexibility is generally a good thing to keep maintaining, so like altering it up a little bit without causing yourself any pain is always a good thing. And we're going to do one more of these and then we're going to call it for today's workout. So I try to start out here, work it up there. You can kind of see, which is different from the one that we were doing earlier, what was kind of more like this. This one we're definitely going for the up. And then one more on each side. And that should treat you pretty well. You can always repeat the workout if you want to, if you're feeling pretty good. And I think we'll do some more of these. We'll work out some of the kinks and figure all that out. All right. Well, yeah, like I said, it has, even that little bit right there, the 30 minutes. My shoulders, my chest, my back is all kind of getting a good burning, kind of that good pump going. So I think we're going to call that here, though. Let me know on my Discord or whatever, various places, if you like this or not, if you want me to keep making these. I'll probably do a leg day one here next. But we'll make improvements to the format as we kind of go. But until then, everybody, and of course, thank you.